I guess first major development for Fix 'em Up, can we look at the title here? For Fix 'em Up currently right now is the amount of levels I have made for the cutscenes. So I have spent this last week and I have made 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus a night version of 1, so kind of 9. Yeah. You get a coffee at the conventioner with that. Bet I'll get a. I don't normally drink coffee. I'll get a soda. I'll get myself a soda. He's like, no, it's gotta be coffee. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So first one we have the college. I'm sure you know which character will probably make her appearance at the college. Second, we have a nice riverbank. This way. I can put the jazz back on for this. Yeah. Actually, can I do... Get rid of that. Can I get instrumental? Yay! Give me the instrumental. There. Yeah. I like college. Reminds me of my failures of my youth. Oh. So the college here. We not be a butt. Being a butt. You're making me look unprofessional. Stop it. Okay. Next is the riverbank. A classic in Japanese anime like staples. Also, I just really love rivers, so I figured it'd be really relaxing. That's pretty cool. Next, we have the mall. This has been one of the most recent ones that I made, but it also helps with the character select menu, which I'll go back over later today. After that, we have the library. I kept this one at like a 1-point perspective. Some of these, so like the college is in 2-point perspective. The canal is in 1-point perspective. The mall's in 2-point perspective. College, I dropped out of college. Remind me to write that one for a joke in the game. The library is also in 1-point perspective. We have the beach here, which is also in 1 point, but it's slightly over to the right. I think that one actually looks pretty nice. It's probably one of the nicer beaches I've drawn before. We have your apartment, pretty bland. I don't know if I'm gonna let you guys add stuff. That would be like a later coding thing, or maybe once you talk to a character enough, they'll put down like items that you've earned or whatever onto the global script. We're gonna get into my coding stuff in a second. Is that the Santa Monica Pier? It was ripped from something mildly, so it might be. I don't remember what picture I was looking at when I did it. No, let's just say yes, but add an animal pun name to the end of it. Here we have the Fix 'em Up shop itself, which is really cool. I wanted it to be kind of like the game is called Fix 'em Up, but there is like an actual thing in the universe that is Fix 'em Up, which is Maya's workshop for cars. Yeah. The only other thing is I have to get rid of the phone number or the email. I said email address. The website link, because I feel like that's going to get me in trouble. It's missing a forest trail or joggers. Ooh, okay. All right. And then lastly, we have a cafe currently. So these are the 9 ones that I have so far. Thank you, Dylan, for the suggestion. I might add that one in later then. If you guys have any other ones, Maid Cafe. With enough backing in this freaking game eventually, there's a possibility that I might chuck in a maid or two. I have some ideas for extra characters so far. I think I have like a chef, a nurse in mind. Chef, nurse. That could have a maid. That's still there. But who knows? They're gonna be like DLC if I add them onto anything, because I need to get the base characters done. I don't want to add in extra right now, because I'm gonna go insane. We can work on designs. I'm totally cool with that. But there. Where is the city supposed to be, or which city is the closest for inspiration? I don't have one on the top of my mind. I just wanted to make like a small town kind of feel like I did with Persona 4. Eventually we'll give it terms and stuff, but I don't have everything thought out yet. But you can make the joke, because isn't that a city building right there? Isn't that another one? Oh gosh. Isn't that another one right there? There's a small town there. Okay. Freak. I don't have this all thought out yet. All right, I'm trying my best. All right. So I don't have the final version of this. That's one update. There's quite a few. But I'm getting closer to what I want the world map to look like. No gym yet. Gym girl could also be a thing. Oh, this is different. This is just the level select buttons. You'll see this. This is the button when it's not pressed. This is the button when it is pressed. I might make it squish down for the funsies of it, but it's also going to take a little bit more work later. But that is there, which looks better than the old one, which looked like, oh no, that's a generic mole thing. It looked like this. This was your levels. It looked like that while I was waiting. So level selects are a little better. This is the work in progress background I have. I don't want an actual detailed map. I just want like a cool fill-in or like a little neat fill-in the blank. Also, the other thing I need to do is I'm going to separate the levels. So I plan to have 40 to 30 levels in this game for the launch version. I don't know if I'm going to end up making an endless mode eventually. Also, because you guys are throwing out stuff, I'm gonna make a new version. I'm gonna write these down. What did I say? Chef, nurse. Yeah, Dylan brought up the gym, so trainer. I was like, what word do I almost said coach. Trainer, possibly. Darius made me make the maid comment. You got any more suggestions? We'll slap them there. I can't say we're gonna use all of them, but they're there. What was I gonna say? So buttons change, but yeah. So we have this almost like Monopoly-like board for the places. I don't know if I'm gonna make places like visible or visitable. I don't know if I'm gonna let you click certain buildings or places so you can go talk to certain characters. It feels like there's gonna be an aesthetic thing that's extra. And also, I don't know the level of depth I would add into that. Like, are you just gonna go there, click them, and then just kind of give you little responses like, oh, it's nice to see you. Good to see you again. Or could you raise affection or maybe gifts? We'll see. Did you just say park ranger? This boy thinking. He just threw stuff out. He wants that nature reserve bad. What did he say first? He said forest for jogging, right? Forest, trail, sort of thing. I'll put like settings here. Settings, jobs. Heck, a firefighter. You are truly ambitious, he says back to you. I'll go park ranger. That's not a bad job to have in there. Firefighter. Have you seen a lot of firefighter waifus? No. I didn't. I miss anything else? Oh, barista. The barista might happen since she's right there. Gym. Gym is a must. Cafe with coffee that gives buffs. That's not a bad idea. Buff. Oh, wait, let me do it like this. Heartbreak. We'll go buffs / etc. You could do that, or also have it do like a, if you go to the cafe or if you go to this one place, you have a chance to bump into a random character, which will add +5 affection, possibly. You want a grocery store? I'm probably keeping the store closer to the mall. Some areas will overlap. Like if the story, like Nikkei does it. Sometimes Nikkei will be like, oh my god, we're in freaking Frima's room. And it's the same room they use for every Nikkei. Because it is still me, so we'll see. But this is an overtime thing. So cool. All right. So yeah, Monopoly-like board for the wrong one. For the, did I lose it? Oh, for the levels. So basically, I want that. Yeah, I think that could be really cool. We'll see how much is interactable and what we'll be able to do with it. But this is my placeholder for right now, and I think it looks better than the last one I had, which I think looked more sketched up. But we'll see. I wanted to divide it from like 1 to 10 2 to 10 or 2 to 20. Wait, 1 to 10. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and then 31 to 40. So I don't know if I'm going to make different world maps or if I'm going to separate this one by seasons or something. Because that could be cool. I could have like half of this board be like wintry, half of the board be autumny, half the board be springy, and then half of the board be like summer. Because I kind of want the game to end at the same place for every character, like around there. So we'll see. I read a completely different word in one of those what Darius said. Oh, he's right. I didn't add a police girl. I don't know why I was so excited about that. Rockers. I'm assuming you mean like a band. Like some band girl. I don't know how I didn't think about that. Just emo. Well, we kind of have an emo girl, but she's not for that reason. We kind of have her. So it had to be a different aesthetic. But she is technically a NEET, not a college student. College. I appreciate you guys. I can't spell college right now. You guys being excited for this. Oh, did I add everybody yet? I don't think I did. And someone's gonna be like, oh my god, Ellie, I missed all of it. Freak you, Ellie. You streamed at the same time you always do with no announcement to say that you wouldn't. Wah! I hate the streamer. Wah! Live now. War week. Boy. Okay, that's there. What else did I miss? I gotta go on a run. See you later, folks. See you, Dylan. We're going here. So I got Zookeeper. Zookeeper. I already had a teacher that's already there. We already kind of have a gamer girl. Carnut's kind of my mechanic. And then police officer. Darius, have you seen my characters yet? Question for you. There is no wrong answer. Don't get mad at yourself. Have you seen my characters yet? We'll just push /doctor there. The other thing too is that they remember what kind of races I still want to make in this. I've kept it to only mammals because I don't want to add. I don't want the crazy people coming at me. Okay. Well, I'll show you that when we go over the game in a second then, Darius. I do have different facial expressions, but maybe I'll do the game show first, and then I'll go through the expressions so you can see. And then I need different races. I think the only one that I haven't done yet is probably gonna be like sheep. On top of my head, sheep. I can have someone look more like a wolf since we have more of like a fox. Oh, I can make raccoon. That's a funny one. I just have to make sure nobody makes a crazy joke. So I have to make sure this character is not black. That is going to. That's not gonna end well. For anybody watching this, I am an African American. Or an eagle from Africa, a golden eagle. Yeah, you get it. Shut up. Right, cool. Aren't you purple? Shut the frick up. All right. So that's that for those. I said there's different expressions, so we'll go over that soon. After I guess we'll show Darius and a couple of you guys the game. I think that's it for art updates. Immediately, I sometimes join stream and then let it play while I do other things. Stream 30 minutes late. I am not 30 minutes late. Welcome, EMT. We have our game update. No scalies. No scalies. The best you get out of me is a dragon girl, and it's only going to be the tail. What was I going to say? We have new assets for the backgrounds. If you didn't see in the Discord, quite a few here. Yes, all drawn by myself last week. I think I did all these in a week. We have better buttons now for the for our game, which I'm going to show off a little later. Thank you, EMT. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you. Ayo. We have this background board for the level select. It's probably going to get updated further on, but I just like it. It reminds me of the Tamagotchi Tamatown stuff when I was younger. You guys have seen the title art already if you have not, and we're going to go over character animations once I load up Godot real quick and give you guys a showing of the extra work I've had to do, and then we can continue forward into the art stuff today after we react to Darius's music. Tell me why you didn't. Okay. Let me load this up real quick. Oh my god, that's a lot of assets. Okay. We'll go to gameplay. And then I should be able to load this in a menu. Let me open the game up so I can play it in a second. Okay. And then I can do this. It's so trippy, dude. I can't believe I made it this far. That's the insane part. Okay, that's there for the game. All right, let's get into some of Ellie's code stuff that's driving them insane. Let's go here. So, oh, hello? That was the Elgato? Why did I accidentally grab the Elgato? There we go. All right. So, what was new this week? One, we have a name input. This is not fancy or nothing, but now you can put your name into the game when you start, which is really cool. Character select screen still the same as it was. Our cutscene scene, as you can see, is completely blank, and that's because I have been using Dialogic, which allows you to basically make visual versions of cutscenes in your game. If you guys were here for the first development node, I showed off basically a test version that had every character in it. I have now gotten 3 characters' first 2 cutscenes out of the way. Chloe, Maya, and Rena. So all 3 of them have had theirs. I have to work on the others for the rest of the week as well. Level details. The TVs now give you points, but I can show that later. Main menu. It's mainly just been a lot of crazy scripting. It's mainly been a ton of this. Still have to change the character data for the mall, but we're not going to talk about that. Crazy amount of scripting. I think it was in the level select. So, I told you guys I have been writing the stuff, then having to correct myself using Chatgpt for half of the code. And now we're at this part where tutorials don't really help me because we're at the part of my ideas for this. So it's getting a lot more complicated than just making a lot of tutorials end at the congrats, you made Candy Crush. Yay! And that's it. I had to reorganize the cutscene structure. So at first I was going to make it intro, outro. But that got too complicated. The bot didn't understand how to do it. I didn't know how to understand how to do it, so we just left that be. So instead, with every character, so right here in the cutscene path, per character, their name blank, their name to the level, it will automatically play the cutscenes for which character on the set levels that I have done. So cutscenes will be available in these kind of levels. So you'll play a little bit, and then you'll get another cutscene. You'll play a little bit, you'll get another cutscene. You'll play a little bit, get another cutscene, yada yada. Right now, every character has about like, 8 cutscenes? 1, 2, or is it 12? No, it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cutscenes. All right. So that's going to be a thing. We have the load data, yada yada yada. So it has the level out. The functionality of what was loading first was like going nuts. As you guys can see in the bottom, I have it printed now, so the game tells me like the stats. So affection, which character has how much affection. There is an affection system now in this game, so every time you beat a level, and also once you enter on some of the dialogue, you can also up your affection. I need to input that because the bot doesn't understand how Dialogic works, and I also have to figure out how to input variables manually, and I'm getting better now at just doing this myself, and I've been calling out really stupid nonsense, but it's also very difficult because I have to get it to call the function, and I don't know if it needs to go to the global script or not, and some of you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, and I don't even know that much yet. I don't even know that much yet. But that's there. Cool. Yeah, affection, unlocked levels. I need to make a new game plus so you guys can have unlocked levels, but I don't have it yet. Once I have the new game, it'll reset the data and yada yada. Okay. Lose screen. I don't think there's anything different here. I added a firework sound to the bombs when they explode. Still doesn't have a noise yet, but they do. It goes boom. It goes boom when you get the match. Boom. All right, I think we can go in the game stuff so I can show you guys visually, and it'll be less boring. Cause I know some of you guys are like, ugh, code, God, turn it off. All right. So welcome to my game, Fix 'em Up. As you guys know, I wanted to make my own kind of match 3 dating sim like game for mobile. So like a Honey Pop clone. If you're like, oh my God, what kind of game? Honey Pop. I'm not late, you're late. No, that's you. But welcome in. We're doing the updates for the game, Tortoise. You're gonna see a lot of them right now. All right. What is it? Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna start game. Or not, or you're gonna bug out for the first time while I'm on stream. That's never happened before. Okay, there we go. That was very particular. Okay, you guys can still see that. All right. So now I gotta make a introduction. I'll probably put a cutscene in the front of this talking about your life and how you're moving to this new town to start over. Chat, give me a name. I'm gonna use the first one that you guys give me. What's the first name? First name for chat. First chat. First name for chat. Chad James. Okay. Chad James. Congratulations, Chad James. You have been born. He was first. Clanker. Oh my God. So now we have Chad James. This is Darius's first introduction to my characters, and I'll give you guys an introduction if you're new. This is Maya the mechanic. This is Rena the librarian. This is Vanessa the college professor. This is Chloe the photographer. This is Trish the model. This is Nova the idol/streamer. And we have Trixie the neat. So those are the 7 different characters that we already have in the game. If I make any more characters past this will probably be DLC material because I have to get through 10 cutscenes for each of these characters. And that's going to take a minute. But let's start off with Maya, our main girl. Yes. So now, as you guys can see, the button layouts are different. Now that I upgraded all of them, I'll probably have to do the scaling a little bit better, so it's a little pixelated, but it's cool. So you can slide over to the left and the right, and the map will allow you to move forward. I'm going to stretch the map out eventually. Also, now at the mall, because I did the mall art, we have just actual like background art for this. It's not like it's not like the image I used last time. So you have a little character index. It'll be here. I got to fill in with more information. You'll probably get heights, ages, and just more details about them as individuals as this goes on. I don't know if it's going to be unlocked or not. Yeah, I've returned. Welcome in. Look at the art I did for the mall in the background. But that's there. So you can go through every character, get to know every one of them, yada, 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 yada. It's got new UI on the behind it as well. Successfully avoided military service again. Congratulations. That seems like crazy. That's a big thing. Nice to have you for a couple more years now. So yeah. So now you can input your name. You have an affection bar for characters. Those will unlock cutscenes eventually, so they technically get more story, but we're not going to talk about that yet. I'm going to leave that alone. That's there. No outfit changes yet. I do want to make different outfits for all the characters, so we'll see how that goes. But let's click into our first level. I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to show it because I do think I want to keep this for the demo whenever I make it so you guys can have your first experience with this stuff. But as you can see here, with Maya as the first character, the button changed to the purple version once I clicked it, but we auto-load a cutscene. Check it. There's a stroke of luck or of good luck on your side. And not only do we have cutscenes, you can pick answers. And I will make some of them variables, so be careful what you clicked with some of these girls. You're going to lose points or gain points. I don't know if you're going to lose points yet. What's that? The car is still intact? Meeting you? That's right, I'm your girl. Such enthusiasm and thought. Also, as you can see down here, the name also pops up. So whatever name you input will pop up now here on the bottom screen for the characters you're talking to. And the characters can also say your name back. So Maya's saying her name. She's introducing herself. Maya, your name is Chad James. We have no idea how she knows this name because we just freaking bumped into her. So I can respond back, wait, how do you know that? not only handy, but a mind reader or creepy? Chat, go ahead. You give me the answer. This is some good progress. Dang, this looks really good. Bro, I'm telling y'all, I was working like a dog. Creepy? He said it first. Also, I also know you're forgetful. How so? Check your dashboard next time. My apologies. You left your name tag on your dashboard. That's how she knew your name. Shaking my head. You ruined your opportunity to flirt by calling her creepy. Why would you do that? Once I get this card fixed up, oh, you have 2 strokes of good luck. Wait a second. And then she goes running off. So, the other cool thing with this, we have our different labels here. I'm not going to read all of it, like I said earlier. I'd be like, maybe it's a stroke of good luck. They have different reactions now. So as you saw, we saw Maya pissed. We now see Maya happy. Glad I got to meet someone like you. There. And then we tell her that we're going to be back tomorrow to come check on our car after it got wrecked. And it transitions. Yeah? It still has your name down here for Chat James. Man, that mechanic sure was pretty. Nah, some good luck. I'm here for a new start. Is this a good or a bad one? That's a real question. And you can vote if you think it's a good or a bad start for yourself. Chat likes being negative Nancy. I'm going to go, bad. A cute girl doesn't change the paint of my car. The car's going to give me in my head. Plus, I'm sure she's... So we have that. Am I going to read further? Also, I put a little narrator for your mind. This is Godot, right? Yes, this is Godot. So whenever your character's having thoughts to themselves, it basically has a whole separate thing here. So Chad James is mine. Yeah. I'm asking her to a coffee date. All right. And from that, we transition to the match. Isn't that neat? Isn't that crazy? I don't think you guys are going to be able to hear the boom because I think the volume for everything else is too much. Sweet. Hold up. I think it'll be too loud. Kind of. I'd have to turn the Persona stuff down. There we go. We'll go there. I think it made a noise. I can hear it. I just don't know if you guys can hear it. You hear that? Boom. There are going to be little fireworks effects when it explodes. Okay, hear the boom? Good. Boom. Also, the other thing that's going to be in here is characters will get more points based off of their affinity we'll almost put into. I know I'm going to name those ones specifically. Right now, it's basically tied to everybody's jobs. But if we add more girls in, I'm going to have to make it kind of fit the narrative of it. Also, I think I'm about to lose. I can't suck this much. This is my own game. Why is it every time I do this on stream, I do worse? Why is life like this? Freak you, life. I mean, a butt. I want to use the bomb, and I can't use the bomb. All right, you. There. How'd I miss? Okay, well, that doesn't matter right now. We're going to do it again. Oh, no, I won. Okay, never mind. Quit. Okay, so that plays out. It takes you back to level select. You go through level 2. You go through level 3. You go to level 4. You go to level 5. 5 is the one that has another cutscene in it, basically. Yeah? Other characters, I just made Chloe's yesterday. So Rena has hers. Some characters, you'll end up meeting other characters during their first one. You end up starting here a lot just because this is the introduction to the game because you jacked your freaking car up. But you may meet other characters on the way. So that's also cool. I'm also trying to keep a very consistent timeline for what people are doing during what days, but we'll see how long that sticks. Some answers, though. So now we made it to the library. Which section of the library should we press first? Should we go science, manga, fiction, or automotives? Where would you guys like to go first? Science? Okay, I'm going to click the science section. I do love a bit of animal science. And then it takes you back. So some answers you put in will bring you back around the loop, which was decently fun to do. I'm going to click the next one. We're going to go manga section. Maybe I could get a copy of Attack on Dogman, Zool Rumble, or Day Life of Seaside Boys for my room. Yeah. Automotives. I could brush up on a little knowledge given today. Or some will progress you further through the game. They have a sale on Board of the Rings. Maybe I could get a recopy of it. As you can see, again, more expressions even for Rena. She's freaking out. You can ask people questions, and they might fill you in on certain questions that you ask. Yeah. And then other ones will progress you further through the game. So, you guys have like a real sim in it, which is really nice. Sometimes you can get a right or wrong answer, depending on, or to help the character out or not. Introductions and names, once again. And then sometimes other characters will pop in and ruin your mojo for funsies. Or they'll help. Whoa! Why'd you give that look? And then it loads up the character that you've chosen, your turn, your timer. I'm basically at the point now where it's almost a functional game. Like, we're at the point I almost would be able to make a demo. I wonder why. I genuinely don't know. I'm being stupid, but I don't actually know. Do you think the teacher's hot? It's okay. You can just say that. Be a man. Say it. He started laughing. I'm probably gonna make, as I told you guys, I'll probably make a Kickstarter for the game too. So I could possibly get a little bit of advertising. I'll have some resources so I could possibly get more help, so it's not just me working on this. Oh, that was quick. Why did I win that fast on the Bear Girl? That wasn't even like nearly as hard as the same level. That was like 30 seconds. Are you gonna get this on Steam? I don't know, because it's still like mobile first. I could still put it out on Steam and it'd still have this aspect ratio, but I wanted it on the App Store first. But I still could. It's not gonna change as much. I might have to make a UI on the side of here for like menu junk, but that's there. Last person I worked on later today, I'm probably gonna end up working on Vanessa or Trish's story, was Chloe. Boy, I always liked games that kind of give that whole, like, if you decided to do one thing differently today, you end up bumping into different places. Now, I'm turning the music off. This currently is the only one I have with sound on. And I don't know if I'm going to do this yet. But as you can hear, there's the sound of water. So, I went to free sounds and got a commercial-free yada 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 sound. But I might add it in for the ambiance of the game, because I do kind of want it to be a little relaxing. So, we can walk down the river, we can look around a bit. No way. Two characters doing something completely different. So you have a whole different cutscene. Yeah. I think this has been pretty good, man. I'm like really proud that I've made it this far. I have the art skill that I can do it for myself. The backgrounds look pretty decent. The character models have been fun. They all have different emotions. Look at sad Chloe. Look how sad she is now. Oh. Now she's even sadder. She's got tears now. And the surprise Chloe. And then normal Chloe. Surprise Chloe again. Oh, that water sounds so nice. She's asking if we want to take photos. I'm not really that good looking. Oh, that's nice. Tell me to be more positive. I've got no practice. Some of these ones I wrote and I went. What would my chat say if a cute girl walked up to them and asked them to model for like photos or something? How would my chat react? We'll see if I throw you guys under the bus. Sure, let's do it. Boy. The other cool thing that's probably going to be in here as well that I have not been able to do yet, and I probably won't until I get closer to the end of the game, is unique artworks depending on some answers for some characters. So I can, and what I'm going to do, so you pricks better be paying attention to the girls you're talking to. You hear me? Huh? If you don't pay attention, you'll miss out on some special dialogue depending on whether or not you get text wrong or right. They might tell you something earlier that you need to remember later. So that's all I'm saying, okay? But we'll have to see how I implement that. I think I can, but I don't know how yet. But you might get bonus artwork for characters later. There's like a whole ton, like so much more I put into this game, and I'm so happy. Anything I do after this is gonna be like really stupid simple. Like I might make some like waifu platformer, the waifu clicker, like just something simple. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy to have shown you guys just how far I've gotten so far. You guys' enthusiasm definitely pumped me up this last week. This game has now only been 2 weeks old. So I've made a lot of progress, even though I'm being a butt to myself about it. And hopefully with some more polish, this game's going to look really good. I got to work on alternate outfits with other characters. We got to figure out more variables. I got to make a shop section so you can buy different outfits. I got to figure out how to lock certain characters and yada yada. And then possibly I'll work on some DLC characters depending on, I guess, what is given to us. I might even give, like... What? Hyper self-criticism? Never! I might even let chat make a character. We might do like a dono goal. Like maybe at $100, we'll have like a chat input. And I'll make a character based off chat suggestions. We won't go crazier than that. We'll do some suggestions. That could be a fun thing, right? And then you'll have a character in a game. Kinda. I don't know if I'm gonna give the player character like a model or not yet. I've been keeping everything kind of first person. So, that should be fun. Any more questions? Any questions, statements? Guys, let me know how it looks so far if you were looking. Her name will be Chatty Cathy. Oh, God. Any more questions? How are you guys feeling right now? How you guys feeling right now? You vibing with it? I went over the code stuff earlier, Game Blade. We won't go back. Maid Cafe? You really want that Maid Cafe? Yeah, the text is definitely too small right now. This is Godot's default version. I haven't touched it yet because I don't want to jack up the styling. I don't want to jack it up yet. I got to make a new style for the text. Okay. So I wanted every character to have a different colored text box. However, they already have different colored name stuff, so I might not need to change that. But it means I have to make the text bigger, and I have to make panels that work with it, and I have to make sure that it does it for every line of text. That doesn't mean I have to individually do it, but I have to just make sure it doesn't bug out and crash. So that's probably going to end up happening later, not right now. And yes, I do need an option section. There's no option section yet. I got to figure out how that works with the volume. Oh! No music yet. Let me play the music real quick what I kind of have in mind for the vibe. Let's go back here. Let's go to the main menu. Character sprite should be portrait instead of full body or regular sprites. I don't know if I'm doing portrait sprites. I don't think I like the idea of portrait sprites, but that's a personal thing. I don't think you're wrong on that end. That's personal. I'm going to end up making close-up sprites, I think, but I have to figure out how they work with this aspect ratio. Like in Danganronpa, what they do is they have two forms of every sprite, and they'll just cut the legs off the bottom of the other sprite and then just move it closer. So I might have like angry, but then like angry up close. So we'll see. The aspect ratio is the hardest part. Can you guys hear that? Can I get a piano heard? Get this out of the way. Yep, I heard it. Yeet legs. What's up, Fallen Researcher? Alright, I haven't played in a minute. I definitely haven't played for stream. So, excuse me if I jack it up. I'm just going to try to play the vibe. Okay. Let's go to like a normal piano. Electric. No, not that one. Ah, freak. A little relaxing, yeah? Alright, now I'm gonna try to do the whole thing, but this one's a little more complicated because my hands. We're gonna do it right. Relaxing. Yeah? So hopefully my thing right now is I'm not a super musician. I only kind of play music when I have my free time. Okay? So I'm trying to keep it probably simple. A little bit of drums in the background because there's no drums to that. Boom, ba tap, boom, boom, boom tap, boom, boom, boom tap, boom, boom, boom tap. Ba-da, ba-da. Because it's a small slice of life kind of town. You know what I mean? So that'll be there, even with like the vibe for that. Or why'd I say that way twice? That'll be there. I have to come up with other themes. So I don't know if I'm going to do a motif. I think I'm using this term right. If I'm not, themes that are kind of related to the main theme, but they're a little bit separate, thanks to the fact that like we want characters to have their own different feels. Yeah, it reminds me of a song I used to listen to from the anime, D. Gray Man. I've never watched that one, but I know that one's title. What song from it? I think it definitely looped well. Yeah, looping I don't think is too much of the issue. Like we had the other song I made a long time ago. It won't fit with this game, but just where is it? Wait. I could play that for like a sad-ish moment. Yeah. And like a more sentimental one, cause that's mine. I made that one up. So, who knows? Who knows? I gotta be able to come up with different stuff. I don't think this game needs the music to be too complicated. This was some lo-fi bass kicks would be fire. Okay, maybe I'll try like a simple, like boom, boom tap, boom, boom tap. Maybe like a little simple one. I use Cakewalk currently. I also need to figure out like the speed that I'm gonna play these at, like what tempo I think it's gonna be around. Maybe like a 70, like a 60 for some of them, but we'll see. Every place might need its own theme, so that's like a whole other thing too. I don't know if it's gonna be character specific, mood specific, or environment specific. It might change. Menu ones, you're gonna get your own there, and yada 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 yada. I gotta get it to play and stop, depending on different parts. But like, this is crazy, isn't it? Look how far in we already are. Isn't this insane? It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 freaking weeks. 2 freaking weeks. I've been going like a crazy person. It's hurt my like the art side kind of, but Jesus. Fallen Researcher. I don't think you saw that we had cutscenes now. I'm not gonna go over them. We have a name thing. What do you guys name it? Because one of you guys is racist to robots. Clanker? Yeah? Okay. Here. So now it plays cutscenes depending on the character. I don't have a skip button yet, so I have to go through this. Not Clanker! By the way, what's your, by the way, I didn't catch your name. Maya, your name's Clanker. I gotta put some censorship bar. I'm gonna get a bunch of screenshots of people just saying like the N-word or something crazy. I gotta figure out how to put like a you're not allowed to say that. Oh, hey. So basically now we have a cutscene button, which is really cool. I'm happy for that. 3 characters have their cutscene so far. As you can see, there's different animations for the face. There's different scenes. I've drawn like 9 different areas now. Even the background in the mechanic shop, as you guys saw earlier. Ooh, I gotta make some more. Chat was giving me some more suggestions for different like job types or whatever 5 seconds ago. But yeah, as I said, I'm probably gonna need to make a Kickstarter for this. That can go at larger scale slightly, or at least have better advertisement for the game when it comes out. That should be really fun. Backgrounds are looking pretty good too. Thank you guys. I'm so critical on that one. I don't draw background arts a lot. And like I know like Ellie, you're a good artist. What are you complaining about? I don't do background art though. I'm like a character artist. And that sounds stupid, but that's like a real thing of like kind of knowing what you're good at, if that makes sense. I hate drawing backgrounds too, so I get it. Yeah. I'm always on drawing people, and mainly ladies. So it's always kind of like a, I don't want to look like a crappy 10-year-old drew it. It's going to make me really mad. And there's more you can get away with it being a visual novel. I played plenty of games where the art's not good for the visual novel, but we like it anyways for the story. So, yeah. I'm always drawing people, mainly ladies. Handshakes. You're funny. As I told them too, characters, cutscenes will play on certain levels. So automatically will play on level 1, automatically will play at level 5, and so on and so forth as I add more levels in. I wanted to be up to 40. But yeah, guys, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. I've had so much fun making this. This has probably been one of the nicest side projects I've ever had. Into this, we just have different expressions. I kind of wanted to do the Nikkei animation for some of these, but I don't think I can with the way that I did it now. I had to figure it out. I basically just drew some expressions over other ones. Every character now has 3 expressions. I'll probably end up adding more later. So, like, we have shy, angry, mouse girl. Get the freaking normal, her default one. We have her pissed. Oh, my God. I forgot I drew that. Oh my God. Where is it? We have Happy Trish. Where is this? I've even working out your arm or my wrists. I have carpal tunnel already. I already have carpal tunnel. We have Surprise Trish. We have Normal Trish, where she's not really paying attention. We have Degenerate Bunny. Where's the other one? Oh, just her glasses. Happy Bunny. She's pissed now. Rabbit. Work through the pain. Same. I try to give it a break if I can feel it, but if I can't feel it, I'll normally be like, okay. I usually give myself like an hour or 2 though. Happy Rena. Oh, shocked Rena, but the eyes are clipping with another thing. Normal Rena. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. I'm panicking and freaking out because I can't hold a conversation with somebody right now. We have the emotions. There we go. Surprise Maya, angry Maya, pretty happy Maya, but that one's cursed right now because the face is not gone there. One or the other. Need the background of that blank face. Oh, there we go. That was less than that one. Ah! I'm not supposed to be able to see under the hood. Ah! Sad to tears. I think this is still the same one as a sad face, but that one just has a tear version. Happy. Yay! Joy. I think those are the other 2. No, there's a surprise one. Where did I put surprise? I don't know where I put surprise, but you guys saw surprise already, so yeah. I will make Maya happy with all my heart. Nice. And everybody's outfits are also going to be customizable. I haven't done it yet. Can I do this without accidentally dropping the shirt off? Not like it matters because I didn't draw anything underneath. That's the top. Where's the jacket? Those are the boots. Boots gone. Those are shorts. Where's the jacket? Either way, outfits will be customizable. Dress up minigame for the game. It's gonna be skins for like costumes, so you'll be able to switch around. But that should be fun. So we've got quite a bit. I got so much. I've done this all by myself. The only help I've had right now is tutorials on YouTube and Chatgpt clearing up or making me understand things that are in Godot 4 rather than Godot 3. And helping me put the, like, full idea together and not just, like, I just made a good freaking match game and I just put anime girls on the side of it. So, it's been so much, dude. It's been so much. But yeah. If you guys want to support, you're always free to donate to the coffee and then just say it's for the game specifically. I'm probably going to end up making a Kickstarter, like I said beforehand, for you guys who've already donated for this kind of stuff. I very much appreciate it. I got a lot that I got to do for this. We'll figure it out as we go. I suggest Claude AI for ChatGPT or Grok for coding. I'm never going to Grok for coding. ChatGPT or GPT has been fine, but I'll look at Claude AI if you think that works better. ChatGPT has issues whenever it comes to anything that's abstract or visual, I've learned. Anytime it's like, because it doesn't understand what the dialogic menu looks like, but luckily I haven't needed it for that much since that was very easy to explain. Was ChatGPT released during a year when ChatGPT was? I have no idea. I have no idea how AI works, so I assume you just switch to a different model or a previous year. I think the site has automatically updated it. I've never used it outside of this year now. And what tends to happen is I just need explanations on how certain things work or how can I achieve a thing that I have in my head. Like how do I get the movement for the character select, which would have been tweening, which I wouldn't know to look up yet because it's been 2 weeks in my thing. Yeah. But then once I know it, I kind of just know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like now I kind of understand like how to open up different properties, how to change different properties. I know how to call different functions. I know how to write variables. I know how to make dictionaries. If it gets a little very like if own statement stuff, then I have a little bit more of a problem. But I just have to understand the logic to it. I've been doing pretty good. I'm actually surprised how quick I've been like catching up. This isn't technically my first game project. We technically made a platformer before that I never finished. But that was just like a level and like a character's pixel models. And the only thing I didn't do with that one was because I didn't understand how to make a state machine for like enemies to die and to attack back and yada yada. So eventually I might even go back to that and fix that one. I might. Because I like the animations I put into it. It was like an 8-bit game. So who knows? Like who genuinely knows? Pretty coolio. Yeah. That's been about it. You can't let ChatGPT like do everything because it will jack everything up. It'll be like extremely frustrating. You have to know what you are trying to do. Yeah, I was wondering where that was. I just haven't touched